As we begin, here's something worth sitting with for a second. Most people talk about companies as if public or private is just a label, but those labels quietly shape power, pressure, and your daily reality at work. If you've ever felt confused about stock options, exits, or why leadership behaves the way it does, this walkthrough clears that fog. Stay with me. By the end, you'll know exactly where you fit and what to watch for. We're on the title slide now, public versus private companies. Same goal, very different rules. That line matters. Growth is the goal in both cases, but the rules decide how painful or empowering that growth feels. And just like the slide suggests, if you want something you can revisit later, the PDF handout is linked in the description below. Moving into the agenda, notice how simple this roadmap is. We'll look at what public and private really mean, how control and money work, why companies choose one path over the other, and finally, what this means for you personally. Simple on paper, but ask yourself honestly, which of these have you actually thought through before accepting a job or investing time? Most people skip that step. Now to the core distinction. A public company sells ownership to the public. A private company keeps ownership restricted. That's it. Everything else, the pressure, the rules, the pace, flows from this one choice. If this feels too simple, that's the trap. Many smart people miss big consequences because they dismiss simple truths. Where else in your work life might that be happening? As we land on ownership and control, notice the contrast. Public companies answer to millions of shareholders. Private companies answer to a small circle, founders, investors, sometimes a family. Here's the question most people avoid. Who do you want to explain your decisions to? Markets or partners you can sit across a table from? If you felt frustrated by slow decisions or sudden pivots, this slide explains why. Now look at how money flows. Private companies raise money from angels, venture capital, or private equity. Public companies raise money from the stock market and bonds. Private money buys growth. Public money buys predictability. Here's where people mess up. They assume more money always means more freedom. In reality, money always comes with expectations. Do you know what expectations you're signing up for? This brings us to transparency and rules. Public companies report earnings every quarter. They're audited. Regulators watch closely. Private companies disclose far less. Public equals trust through visibility. Private equals speed through privacy. Ask yourself this: would your current company benefit more from being seen or from staying quiet and focused? Many teams suffer simply because they're optimized for the wrong environment. On pressure and time horizon, this slide hits a nerve. Public companies think in quarters. Private companies think in years. Short-term pressure changes behavior, sometimes in unhealthy ways. James Clear reminds us that systems shape outcomes. So here's the uncomfortable question. Are you judging long-term work with short-term expectations? That mismatch is where burnout and bad decisions often begin. Now, valuation and liquidity. Public shares trade every day. Private shares are hard to sell. Public value is a market opinion. Private value is a negotiation. Many employees confuse paper value with real value and then feel betrayed later. Have you checked whether your equity is liquid, or are you assuming it will magically turn into cash someday? Awareness here saves years of frustration. Why do companies go public? Access to massive capital, liquidity for founders and employees, credibility and visibility. But here's the catch people miss. Going public doesn't solve business problems, it amplifies them. If execution is weak, the market notices fast. If your systems aren't ready, pressure compounds. Ask yourself, does your organization want a spotlight, or is it still building backstage? On the flip side, why stay private? Control. Less short-term pressure. The ability to move quietly and fast. This is where many founders thrive, but also where some hide. Be honest. Is privacy being used to build thoughtfully or to avoid accountability? That distinction matters more than status. Now we shift to what this means for you. Careers feel different in each world, like risk shows up differently. Rewards arrive on different timelines. There is no better, only fit. If you've been copying someone else's path without checking if it matches your tolerance for risk and patience, this is your cue to pause and recalibrate. As we close, let this land. Public companies scale trust, private companies protect time. The real skill isn't choosing one forever, it's knowing which season you're in. Are you learning, building, harvesting, or stabilizing? Most people fail not from lack of talent, but from choosing the wrong season for their goals. If this walkthrough helped you see companies and your role in them more clearly, the PDF handout is waiting in the description for deeper reflection. And if you want more breakdowns like this that actually connect ideas to real decisions, subscribe to the channel. That's how you make sure these insights keep finding you when you need them most.